Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today's a very special video. I'm honored to be doing a collaboration with two of my very favorite gals. I consider them close friends, although we've never met, but one of these days we are definitely going to meet, and I'm going to insert pictures of both these beautiful ladies who I feel honored to even want to do a collaboration video with me. Abby from Abby with Love, and Chantelle Tiffany from Chantelle Tiffany. So first of all, I'm going to talk a little bit about these lovely ladies. First of all, I would like to start off with Chantelle, I met probably about maybe a year ago. We had just kind of gone deep into COVID at the time, and my channel was all about lifestyle, makeup, handbags, fashion, vlogs, family, that sort of thing. And then I kind of got swept into the fragrance community, which has always been a love of mine, but I only ever really owned about 5 or 6 fragrances. So anyway, I found the community, and within that community, these two beautiful ladies were among some of the other amazing ladies as well, and guys. So we'll start off with Chantelle. Chantelle is a beautiful girl from up north of England in Newcastle. She is a stunning girl who is beautiful on the outside, and even more importantly, she is beautiful on the inside. She has absolutely embraced me in the community. Most of the ladies I follow are younger and, you know, have young families, whereas I'm, you know, in my mature age. And I'm a grandmother, so I'm in a little bit of a different stage of my life. But Chantelle embraced me, and I just absolutely was captivated with her. She does fragrance. Her videos are all about fragrance, and she knows her notes. She also can talk about a fragrance and give you a story on a fragrance that will absolutely draw you in with that beautiful voice of hers. And I absolutely adore her. And she is the girl who introduced me to Serge Lutton. I had never even heard of this niche house before. And when I heard her talking about one of their fragrances, and it was the Dator Noir, I immediately got on while I was watching that video and ordered it immediately. That's how confident I was. I knew I would love it. Now, Abby is another amazing girl that I have met and become friends with. If it weren't for Abby, I probably would never have even heard of the house Pennhalligons. And she is responsible for me falling in love with the stunning Elizabethan rose, among other fragrances in that house. And my husband has also fallen in love with, I think it's called Sartorial, is it? Anyway, he is in love with one of the fragrances as well, and I'm saving up my money to buy him that as a surprise. So a little bit of information on Abby. She does fragrances, fashion. She is a mom of 2 kids, gorgeous husband, and she embraced me when I reached out to her in one of her videos, and we have been fast and furious friends ever since, and are planning to meet up one of these days as soon as this pandemic is over and I can travel again to London, England, where we are planning on a shopping trip to Penhaligons, Harrods, and just enjoying each other's company. So these two ladies were more than happy when I reached out to them and said, hey, why don't we do a collaboration? And we kind of landed on the idea of doing seasonal fragrances. So one for every season, and also we're going to throw in one bonus fragrance for any time that you feel like you want to wear that bonus. It was a very difficult decision to make, and I changed it up a few times, but I finally landed on the 5 fragrances that I feel I could, at the moment, comfortably live with. So moving on, if you're interested, let's keep watching and I will introduce you to. Okay, so my first choice, I'm going to start off with spring because we're actually still in spring, and this is a fragrance that I have been using quite a bit in the spring. The reason why I'm choosing it is because it can be worn spring or summer, or it could be your signature fragrance and you could just wear it anytime you want. So let's talk a little bit about this fragrance. And here she is. This is Infusion Iris by Prada. And the first time I laid my nose upon this was a few years ago in New York City. So it does remind me of New York City and the person who was wearing this. I was meeting up with someone in New York City a few years ago, and this was her signature fragrance. This is pretty much the only fragrance that she wore all year round, and it just reminded me that, yeah, I could wear this. This could become a signature fragrance. It would be a beautiful fragrance for your wedding day. It's a main accord Irish. It's not Irish, it's Iris. It's very powdery. First notes are iris. It's woody, it's citrus, it's powdery. There's violet in it, amber, and it's earthy, so it's a little bit green as well. And the notes are iris, Italian mandarin, Tunisia neroli, cedar, and benzoin from Laos. So yeah, I could see this becoming one of my signature fragrances because I don't think I'll ever get tired of it. I don't think it's classic. I think it was introduced back in 2015. So it's not been around like for a long time. But I would never tire of this fragrance. It's one of those fragrances, I mean, there's a lot in my collection that I've decluttered for one reason or the other, but this is one I will never declutter. I don't know why I bought a tiny little bottle. It was really expensive. I think that's why. But yeah, it's an easy fragrance to stay in love with. And that's why I picked this one for spring, because I could wear it all year round. You could wear it to go to bed. It's calming. It's also it also boosts your mood. It makes you feel it feels rich. It feels luxurious, and it's a fragrance that I will never tire of. I cannot imagine ever being tired of it. So that's my spring fragrance. Now, the second one is one that you may already know what it is, and it is none other, and this is going to be my summer fragrance, and it is none other than Pennhalligan's Elizabethan Rose. And this was introduced to me by my beautiful Abby, who I'm doing this collaboration with, and I couldn't be happier that she introduced this. Not only did she introduce this to me with a sample, she also ordered it for me and shipped it to me. This fragrance, when I spritz it on, just transports me back into a garden of roses after the rain. It's like I know it's red rose here, but it reminds me more of a very deep pink rose. And it just captivated me, and I would never tire of this fragrance. I will have this until the very end of time. I hope that when I am no longer here, that my granddaughter remembers this every time she smells this fragrance. I hope it reminds her of her grandmother. So the top notes in this fragrance are hazelnut. I don't particularly get the hazelnut in the top note. I get the hazelnut a little bit later on. First thing I smell is absolutely a fresh cut rose, or a fresh rose in a garden, but its top notes are hazelnut, tangerine, almond, and cinnamon. Middle notes are May rose, rose oil, rose, then there's red lily, plum, blackcurrant, and geranium. The base notes are musk, violet, woody notes, orris root, and vetiver. I find, like, first off, it's fresh, it's juicy, it's rose. Then as it starts to dry down, it becomes softer, a little bit sweeter, a little tinge of gourmand in there with the hazelnut, and the almond and cinnamon give it just such an interesting and different fragrant smell. And if people weren't wearing so many masks out, I think I would turn heads with this. I really do. For the smell. Maybe not for me, but for the smell anyway. And this is why I chose this for my summer fragrance, because it could also become one that I will never, ever, ever part with. Moving on to fall, which is a little bit more of an affordable fragrance. And it's got a little bit of oud in it. So leaning towards heading into the colder weather, I thought this was a really good choice. And it is none other than Nina Ricci Les Estas Rose Absolu. This was created by Frances Kurkdjian. It's a stunning jammy rose that smells like Turkish Delight to me. Now, if you've never smelt Turkish Delight is a powdered Turkish kind of a like a soft, chewy, decadent candy, and it's covered in powdered sugar. Now, the rose in this is a Middle Eastern rose, and I know I'm going to butcher the name of it, and it's Taif or Taf, Taif rose. I want to say it's a Taif rose. It's from the Middle East. It's a very rich, deep, dark, plummy rose, and it's just got that Middle Eastern vibe to it, so it's got a little bit leaning to the oud, but not really oudy. Not like, you know, because I'm not really into oud fragrances, but it does have that very sexy Middle Eastern smell to it. Frances Kurkdjian did a great just did a great job on this fragrance, and I could see me wearing this spring, fall, and winter, but I chose it for the fall. I think it's a good choice. I don't think I'm ever going to get tired of this one either. I tried to really concentrate on fragrances that I wouldn't tire of. You know, at the end of the day, these are fragrances. This is just a fun video, but you know what I mean. You know, you get where I'm going. Anyway, let's move on. I'm going to read you the notes of this one, and its top notes are pink pepper, black pepper. Middle notes are Taif rose and Atlas cedar. Base notes are benzoin, vanilla, patchouli, and musk. Now, this does not have strong patchouli in it. To me, it really doesn't. I get the Turkish Delight, and that stays in my nose. I just love this fragrance. It lasts all day. I didn't even discuss the longevity of these because I forgot. But this one lasts all day, and it's beautiful, and it's just stunning. It's just a stunning fragrance, and I loved it. And that I picked that for fall. Winter was a little bit more difficult for me because I actually don't have true winter fragrances other than my Alien Essence Absolu, and that's discontinued, and I didn't think that that was a good idea to include that one, but if that was not discontinued, that would have been my choice. So I went for something else that has kind of got that cozy, sensual caramel smell, and it is none other than Jean-Paul Gaultier Classique Intense. As far as I know, this is not discontinued. Someone said they thought it might have been discontinued, but I've been able to find it without any trouble, so I'm assuming it's not discontinued. I bought this for my daughter-in-law as well. I know that it's one of her favorites, and this one is a white floral, vanilla, woody, sweet, and fruity. Now this fragrance was launched in 2014. This is nothing like Classique. This is nothing like it. Apparently this is 60% its own potion and 40% Classique. This is a sweet, gourmand fragrance that would be perfect in the winter. It's very addictive. It was, yeah, 2014 is launched a new version of his signature and ultra popular perfume Classique from 1993. This smells nothing like Classique from 1993, absolutely nothing at all like it. Maybe a very slight hint, but this is, as I say, has got 60% all new ingredients in it. It was created by Francis Kurkdjian as also. Yeah, it says here, Classique Intense thus consists of two separate units. 40% of the fragrance is the original creation, and 60% are new added components. This is a much deeper, more sensual fragrance than the Classique. It has accords of tiare flower, which is just stunning. Pomegranate, gourmand accords, those are the gourmand accords at the top, and then the heart is orange blossom, rose, and jasmine, and the base is patchouli and vanilla. I don't get a strong, ooh, that's squirted out. I don't get a strong patchouli on this. It's much sweeter, and the patchouli is really well blended. So this also would be something I don't think I would really get tired of, and it's something I could wear in the fall. I could also wear it to go to bed. So that is my 4 picks for 4 seasons. And my bonus fragrance, guys, wait for it, is none other than Haute Couture by Givenchy. Haute Couture I picked, I honestly had no problem picking this fragrance as my bonus fragrance because I will never tire of this fragrance. This is the EDT, but the EDP and the EDT are both long lasting. These last right into the evening. It is a beautiful smoky cigarette ash covered in powdered sugar, and you're rummaging through your grandmother's attic. That's what this smells like. This is a unique niche quality fragrance. I have a backup of this, as you well know. Now, the top notes in the EDP have a strong pink pepper. This one does not have that strong pink pepper off the top note. Now, bear in mind that the pepper note subsides very quickly, and then it turns into a raspberry, dusty bombshell. And it lasts and lasts. For an EDT, this is amazing. This lasts and lasts all day long. Now, I'm just reading a little bit about what it says about this fragrance. Excuse me, I've got an itchy nose. And it's haute couture is dedicated to the perfection of a woman's body, sensual and glamorous, refined and elegant. This perfume is created by created for unusual women. Provocative and irresistibly charming. Top notes include citrus. The heart is composed of magnolia, pepper, and vetiver, while the base notes are sandalwood, amber, and musk. The perfume was created by Alberto Morelos and Jacques Caviar in 2000. Guys, this was created in 2000. This is not dated 1 minute since 2000, nor will it ever date as long as it exists. I hope they never stop producing this fragrance. But if you like raspberry, if you like that powdery, sugared, dusty smell, you will love this fragrance. This could be a signature fragrance. This is often used as a wedding day fragrance, and you could wear this all year round. So those are my 5 picks, guys. I wanted to thank my beautiful ladies for collaborating with me and doing this video. I absolutely adore you both. You are very special in my heart and always will be. I want to thank you all for watching and subscribing. Don't forget to like this video, and what's more important, don't forget to go over and check out Abby and Chantelle. Thank you again. I love you all to the moon, and as I always say, don't let anyone ever dull your sparkle.